A lot of people are stuck in the cycle of dating someone's potential, right? Instead of who they actually are. And if you keep doing this, you'll lose more than just your time, which that's something you can't ever get back. You'll lose parts of yourself that you have to then build back, recultivate, if you even realize that it's gone dormant and that it's gotten weak inside of you, or that you've lost that part of you, right? See, real partners built with you in the now. Potentials make you live in a fantasy, the what if, the what could be if they just, made these little tweaks and they get better and they just kind of step into their potential fully and all those things, right? But the longer you fail to be able to tell the difference is the longer you will pay the price of that difference and not knowing how to distinguish between the two. So let's talk about right now how to tell whether you're dating a potential or an actual partner. See, potential lives in one day and partners live in right now, right? Dating potential means you're investing in the future version of someone that hasn't shown up yet, right? And you wind up falling in love with their potential, not their reality. A real partner shows up today with who they already are, not who you hope they'll become. See, when you're dating potential, you're dating someone who says, I'll be ready to settle down one day, right? But their actions of today show they're not building anything stable with you right now, right? And you hold on to that little line of one day they said they'll be ready, right? But you have to understand, if you're in that situation, you're not dating a person, you're dating a story. You're dating the idea of what they said they may be able to do down the road. Or I'll do you one better. When they say, yeah, just give me a little time, a little bit of time. I'll be ready at this point. Or at this point here, we're going to start going to the next step. But none of their actions of today are showing that they're trying to build towards that. And then what happens? You get to that point and they extend the timeline again. Oh, I'm still not ready yet. I'm still figuring it out. You just keep giving more and more time dating the idea of what could be. Potential demands your patience. Partners earn your trust. See, when you're dating potential, you find yourself constantly waiting, hoping, and excusing them. Excusing for their shortcomings or why they're not ready yet or why they're not there. Hoping that they're going to get there one day, right? Just holding on because they could be so great and so amazing if they just turn that corner, right? And all the while, you're just waiting to live your life, to achieve your life goals, your relationship goals, your family endeavors that you want to build to, right? All the things that you deserve to have whenever you want to have them and whenever you're ready to have them, as long as you can find a person that's ready to have them as well. But you're waiting for them to become that version of themselves when they may never become that person. You actually don't know. But see, when you date a partner, they actually build momentum with you. They don't just talk about change. Oh, no, they take real steps, tangible steps, mental steps, what have you, to actually make you feel safer, stronger, and more valued as you move forward and progress together. And see, the difference is someone who keeps saying things like, I'm working on myself, because it sounds good, right? Sounds cool. Feels good to say it, at least, right? Makes them feel like they're doing something by saying it. But you never actually see them grow emotionally, versus someone who says it and then you actually see it in their emotional consistency, their communication, their actions. They're not just talking about it, they're being about it. This is why I always say and I stress, you can tell me anything you want to tell me. You can sell me any bill of goods you try to sell me, right? You can be as passionate as you want when you speak about the things you say you believe or that you're going to do, or, how you're working on this, that, or the third, all this stuff that you tried and everything else. But your results will always tell me your truth. I don't care what you say to me. The consistent life you're living tells me everything about what you actually know, what you actually understand, what you're actually putting the work in for, how hard you actually tried, how hard you continue to actually try, how bad you want it, right? That tells me everything I need to know. Because at the end of the day, we can be extremely emotionally and passionately tethered to something that moves us emotionally and that we feel strongly for. But none of that will carry into a physical manifestation if you can't physically represent what's going on in here and in here, your mind and your heart, in the physical world with this body, putting it to work and making it do whatever's necessary to bring whatever you're passionate about inside of you to the outside world. So if there's a huge disconnect between the things you keep saying and how, intelligent you sound because it makes you feel good to sound like you know what you're talking about because you're protecting your ego or whatever you're trying to protect for yourself to make yourself feel good that you held your own or you look polished in front of whoever or when you're talking to that person so you didn't feel like, you were, measuring up the way you should. And so you're not kicking yourself, right? Helping you sleep well at night, living the lie to yourself. Your results will say everything. Hear me when I say this. Potential asks for investment of yourself. Partners offer reciprocity. When you're caught in potential, dating someone with potential, you're the one carrying the weight. You're giving more energy, more forgiveness, more support with little return. But a partner will always match you. They don't drain you in the name of what could be. No, they fuel you with who they are today. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to always stride for stride, match everything you do, right, with what they do, right? This is why we're also polarities and things, right? Some of my strengths may be some of my partner's weaknesses and vice versa, right? But it means you'll balance out. You'll feel more like one, not like you're the heavier part of the equation, or at least I'll say it this way, like they're the heavier part, like you're dragging them along, like you're not just harmoniously floating together in this sphere, right? You feel like they're weighing you down while you're trying to go forward and you're trying to carry them along with you. If you're always the one adjusting, compromising, forgiving, and they're the one just trying to get it together all the time, you're not with a partner, you're with a project. Here's the truth. You can't love someone hard enough to make them ready. You can't sacrifice enough to make them consistent. You can't date potential into reality. A lot of you ladies out there trying to build a man, put him together. If I just get my hands on him, I get myself into his life, I'll help him become amazing, better than he ever could be. Yes, as a woman, you have an amazing ability to help make your man better. That whole, the saying or the tagline behind every, great man is a great woman, right? And all that. But that's a man that was already built and ready for that woman to help him propel himself from 100 to 1,000. But not building that man to be ready for her, right? That's not the case. And look, it's no knock to anyone out there, whether it's a man or a woman, that is still in that potential space and hasn't realized it yet inside themselves, right? No knock. They're not like bad people. They're just still on their journey, right? And that's okay. But at this stage in their journey, they're not ready for you, most likely. And you actually hurt them more. You slow down their journey more. You're actually the worst thing for their journey because you're giving them the gift of being allowed to have access to your value of who you are when they haven't earned it yet through the way they are living. So what are they actually learning subconsciously? I can operate at this frequency, this stage of my journey, and not have to evolve to that next stage, not have to overly commit myself, not have to be fully invested into that better me and showing up and actually putting my words where my mouth, my actions where my mouth is, right? I don't have to actually do it and go through the uncomfortable things to change and shift my paradigm and all those things. I don't have to do any of that because I can still operate here. And I can keep thinking to myself, I'm doing better. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'll do it the next week. I'll do it the next month. I'll get there eventually. but I still have you here, right? Because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, your results say everything, right? So if your results are telling you I can still underperform, not reach my potential, and still have the gift of this amazing person in my life, then you don't have that push and motivator to make you go out there and go that extra mile. Because you don't have to rise to be better to get the prize of someone amazing. They're already here. So you're hurting someone that just has a lot of potential, but hasn't realized it yet. Let them earn you so they can actually be more prideful about who they had to become to earn the gift of you in their life. You either build with a partner or you lose yourself waiting on a possibility. So if you need help breaking your cycle of dating potential versus partners and being able to identify the difference between the two to only invest your time into a potential partner that can work for you, then email or DM me the word coaching and we will get to work only if you're truly ready to put that work in. If you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, don't have the time, space, maybe even the resources, then at least email or DM me the word transformation and I'll send you one of the courses I have that helps you get into shape to be prepared for that amazing relationship and learn how to navigate building a healthy relationship. And if for any of my ladies out there, get my book, Joker Proof Dating, right? Helps you learn how to vet a man in minutes, right? To make sure you are being intentional about even the men you're entertaining in your life. Either way, though, do something to get in the race. Let's get it.